Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Jon-David.
So, short of like a black market haircut,
Yeah.
it'd be funny. I was thinking is if we did like a time lapse of like my hair throughout the few weeks.
I think mine's getting longer too. It may be a little poofier. I'm not sure.
Well, it's time for another show. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Danielle Lenard.
And I'm Jon-David Lenard. Welcome to Lenard Team Connections.
With each week that passes, we're noticing more and more community connections. Today, we are really excited to have Steven Kuehne join us to talk about exercise and mobility for people of all ages during our extended stays at home. He's a certified personal trainer and overall positive person. And we're grateful that he's been keeping our parents fit for years.
But first, some national and Long Island good news. Toymaker Hasbro is known for popular games like Monopoly. We've been playing a lot of that. And Scrabble. Now they're making plastic face shields for healthcare workers. They are partnering with Cartamundi to produce 50,000 face shields per week.
I think it's super awesome that a game that I don't know about you guys, but I love Scrabble and we've been playing Monopoly, that our old school fun games that we love to play that company is stepping up and making this many face shields. It's awesome.
The other thing is, like we were talking to Gina in the last episode of O Solo Mio, how she's keeping her people on the job, but just repurposing them. It's the same thing at a national level. So
super awesome. So pet adoptions are on the rise across the country. This is great news for animal shelters. JD, remember we shared, I'm not exactly sure where the entire shelter had been adopted.
Yeah, unfortunately that's went through our streams and we haven't seen it, but there's news across the web about how the entire facilities are getting emptied out. And, always looking for the silver lining, right?
Yes. And then we got our little guy. This is Odie. And there's also so many people getting puppies. Unfortunately, we're allergic. So we were having trouble finding a rescue that was that didn't have allergies. But we are so happy. It's a perfect time for a puppy.
It's a perfect time for a puppy or a cat. If you're into cats,
yeah,
they need homes too.
We got new fish. We already had geckos.
And locally, Smithtown Children's Foundation announced its first online silent auction, which will run until May 21st. At this point, I think we mentioned SCF just about every show. They're doing incredible things for our community. This will help them raise funds to continue their efforts to help and support not only the children of this community, but anybody who reaches out in need.
And finally, Duck Donuts. For Nurses Week next week, Duck Donuts of Hauppauge will be doing a matching program. For every dozen donuts that someone buys, they will donate a dozen to the medical workers. So stay tuned for more details from Duck Donuts for the Hauppauge Facebook page. The information will be there if you want to support that.
Danielle, that was a lot of alliteration. You pulled it off pretty well. Good job.
Yeah.
If you have a good news story from around the island, share it in the comments below. We may feature it in an upcoming episode.
That brings us to our guest. Steven is a certified personal trainer, and he's, as we said before, he's actually our parents' trainer. He's here to fill in on how to stay busy and active at home.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Hey Steven, good to see you.
Likewise. Thank you for having me on.
We're happy to have you.
Let's go back to the beginning of March, right? How has your world and your business changed since then?
Well, like for everybody else, it was a huge shock, this whole thing starting up. Definitely shut down everything. Once the gym shut down, it was kind of, we were at a point where we didn't know what to do. So I reached out to a couple of clients. We were doing some outdoor training, one-on-one, and some small group training for a little while it was still safe to meet them outdoors. Obviously, we kept our space and was safe with everything we were doing. It was still tough, though. We had very limited equipment with what we were using. Once the guidelines started getting a little more strict, we kind of had to cut that off. I tried to do some Zoom online training. Didn't go exactly as planned. It wasn't terrible, but not exactly as planned. It wasn't that same one-on-one feel that I get with my clientele. So eventually I started just reaching out to them. I kept sending them workouts. I'm still doing that. Each week I'm sending new fresh workouts to each one of them. And I'm kind of staying up to date with them, finding out what they're doing, how they're eating, and what they're doing to stay active.
Okay, so here's your opportunity to address them. Here's your opportunity to address them directly. What do you want to say to your clients and the people out there to, help them get motivated, right? And the importance of that.
Okay, so with the motivation, what I'm going to say is write down your goals. So if you want to lose 10 pounds by summer, or if you want to get a little more toned up or just physically fit overall, write those goals down. When you write them down, you're more likely to do them each day, because honestly, half the time you wake up during all this, you don't want to do anything. So having those goals written down is going to force you to stay disciplined towards achieving those goals. Because if you don't do it, then you're not going to be any closer to achieving everything that you want to as far as fitness and health goes.
People don't have access to, many people don't have access to a gym now. They don't have a gym at home. So what advice do you have? Like, they've set their goal now, now they're not even sure what to do. What advice do you have for that?
So the first step, I'd say, just get up and get moving. Your best friend is going to be your body. Break it down to your basic workouts. Do your squats, your push-ups, and your planks. What I'd say is set a certain number of squats and push-ups that you want to do per given workout. If you want to achieve 100, take as many sets as you have to achieve that goal. On top of that, you can use a backpack with books. I have some right here. You can do some overhead presses with that. You can even get up. I'll show you. You can get up and do like a bent over row with that. You can put that on your back and do some more squats as well. I know a lot of people were stacking up on water and whatnot, so I got a gallon of water here. You can do some lateral raises, some bicep curls, grab it, do an overhead press. Even grab a can if you have it. Even this 2-pound little can right here, you could do, again, bicep curls, overhead press. Just get moving. Now, for people of the older population that may not be able to move as well, or just people in general that aren't at a high level of fitness, use a chair. Get up and down out of the chair with nice proper posture. You can do push-ups on the chair, planks on the chair, use a wall. Another great tip I would say is, if you have a staircase, use your stairs. It simulates a Stairmaster right there. Set 5 to 10 minutes aside, walk up and down your stairs. You could even throw that backpack on, and then you have weights right there. So
I love it. That's such a good idea. And one thing about you is you work with like all age groups. So yes. I like how you said maybe some of the older people could use the can or a small bottle, and people of younger can
use whatever you have. Like I said, your body's going to be your best friend. You really don't need that much equipment to get a great workout in. You can go for a mile walk if you want. That's a great workout right there. Just get moving.
And a minimum amount of time that you recommend?
So minimum amount of time, the guidelines for ACSM, which is who I'm certified through, they say minimally most people should be working out about 30 to 60 minutes of an intermediate pace per week, about 3 times. So you should be doing about 30 to 60 minutes 3 times a week.
All right, perfect. Do you have any suggestions for the people that just right now are unmotivated and they're not looking to get up off the couch, but they know they need to?
So again, that comes down to that discipline. Write your goals down. If you have something written down that you want to achieve, you're more likely to push yourself to do it each day. It's not whether you want to do it or not. You have to do it to better yourself overall. So it really comes down to that discipline and wanting something more out of it.
We could apply what you and I use in our businesses every day, which is having accountability partners, like working with each other.
I'm literally thinking the same thing.
Right.
Well, that's great too. If like you have family around that likes to be active too. If you have a whole group of people that want to work out with you in your home, that's even better. Because you're going to push each other to work out each day. Maybe one day you want to work out, but your partner doesn't. You can push them to work out, and vice versa. The next day, they'll push you to work out. You can make it a little friendly competition with each other and try to be better than each other. Maybe I did one more push-up than you did yesterday, or vice versa.
So we may or may not. And with the Apple Watch, there's challenges. And so Virginia and I noticed JD's wife, when we do the challenges, I work out way more than otherwise. So I think that's a great,
Yeah, it helps you stay motivated with each other and push each other more. So
great. So what types, so, you know, I had a follow-up question because I heard that that you work not only with a lot of age groups, but you also have experience working with people with special needs. I would love to hear more about that.
yes. So I've been working with kids with special needs, autism and Down syndrome mainly for about 2 years now. I used to actually run a class with them at a New York sports club. We did it. I brought them into the big basketball court we had there and brought a whole bunch of equipment in and basically had stations set up that they all went around to and did. And we kind of just encouraged them to keep moving and running in little obstacle courses. It was simple things like walking over hurdles, picking up a weight and carrying it overhead, all functional movements that promote better posture and movement throughout daily movement with them.
Okay.
Every time you say posture, I get straighter.
What?
Every time you say posture, I get straighter.
It's not a bad thing. Sitting is the new smoking, so we got to make sure we're sitting properly and getting up and moving enough. So,
absolutely.
So, any other health tips or fitness tips during this time?
The biggest thing I would say is now is definitely the best time to get started on your fitness goals, regardless of what you've been doing so far throughout the quarantine. Make sure you get started today. Because you're not going to be able to better yourself overall physically or mentally unless you start doing it. There's a number of benefits from exercise, which include mood boost. You'll physically feel better. It's been shown to improve your immune system, which is essential right now, obviously more than ever. And you can get rid of all the stress that you get from being stuck at home with your family while working out. Another thing I would say would definitely be to focus on your nutrition right now more than ever. We're not going out as much as we were. We're not getting all that salt and sugar that we were getting in our food. We can go to the store, buy healthy foods like our chickens, our fish, our lean beef, our fruits and vegetables, and eat those rather than the processed boxed foods that we're so used to eating.
Yeah. Well, I really you're seeing so many people on Facebook say, oh my goodness, I gained so much weight. And I love that right now is the perfect opportunity to just simply start.
Yes. This is probably the most free time we're going to have in a long time, probably ever in our lives again.
Yeah.
So regardless of what you've done up to this point, make sure you start today. Don't say, okay, I'll start tomorrow or Monday. Start today.
That's great advice. Steven, what are your plans going forward? What are you envisioning for yourself and your personal training?
So for myself right now, I'm actually looking to open my own personal training gym right now. I'm really looking forward to that. I've been putting a lot of work into that. I've been putting a lot of work in towards a new specialty certification towards corrective exercise to kind of increase my knowledge at the same time. Because I want to be able to, when we get back, I still want to be sharp with everything, and I want to increase my knowledge base so then I can give the best training to my clients possible.
So if people wanted to reach out to you, either for advice, follow-up questions, or maybe they're scared when, they're scared to start because depending on ability, they don't want to overdo it and hurt themselves either. Would you mind if they reached out to you?
Oh, I wouldn't mind at all. That would be awesome. I have an email they can reach me at. I actually run an Instagram page with a fellow trainer from New York Sports Club. Him and I are very good friends. We've been putting little tips and advice of how to both mentally and physically improve, and we've been putting little workouts on there as well. So I can post those on here later on.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? We have Gary is asking, for someone that has no idea how to do basic things, is there a good website, online resources? You started to touch on that, but is there a good place for him and other people like him to go to?
For online resources, it's very scarce with what you get because there's so many people out there that claim to be a fitness guru right now. So you don't always know what information you're going to get. I would definitely suggest following my Instagram page. We've been putting knowledgeable science-based evidence on there. We are very, very promote that, where we have evidence of what we put on there.
So someone like that's awesome, and someone like Gary could reach out to you either through your Instagram page or your email.
Or my email, yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, Steven, it has been a pleasure having you here. Anytime we get to talk about these things, we really love it. And from the bottom of our hearts, we are so grateful, not just to have you here, but for everything that you've done for our parents.
Thank you. I love working with
Our
both of
mother is
them.
in better shape as she's aging than she was before she came to you.
I love to hear that.
She was having trouble, with the issues she was having, and now
I know.
it's like night and day. So I think that's really a testament to you and your knowledge, and we're personally extraordinarily grateful.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate this opportunity as well.
Well, if you missed any of the links we shared on today's episode or Steven's Instagram, don't worry. We'll take care of that. We'll put in the show notes shortly after. And we look forward to connecting with more people who are supporting our community. Stay healthy and see you next time.